I'm very happy that we will have a beautiful new compound in the shadow of the mountains here on the north side of Erbil. And I'm looking forward as this new consulate compound takes shape over the next couple of years. Zor spas.
Honorable President Barzani, Excellency the President of Kurdistan Region, Cognitive Barzani, Your Excellency Deputy Secretary of the United States, Michael Regas, Your Excellency the Ambassador Joshua Harris, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. I'm very proud and honored to be here today in the ceremony of the opening of the new Consulate General of the United States. This building is rising like a mountain, a solid, unshakable rock in Erbil, which is a testament to the old, strong bond between the United States and the people of Kurdistan and Iraq. I congratulate everyone for this very magnificent building, which is a milestone in our relationship with the United States. If we look back, many decades ago, the United States has stood with us and with our people when we were in need. In 1991, during the uprising, the United States Armed Forces came to our assistance and created the safe haven and the no-fly zone. And then when ISIS and the terrorists attacked Kurdistan, it was again the United States-led coalition that came to our assistance to destroy and defeat terrorists. Once again, it was the United States that helped us build this country the way that we have it today. Without you, it would have been very, very difficult. It was the United States that toppled the most brutal dictatorial regime here in Iraq. So we in Kurdistan are very grateful to you, and we cannot thank you enough for everything that you've done for us. We are very proud allies of the United States, and we will continue to stand with you as we move on to a new phase and start a new chapter. As we fought together against tyranny and terrorists, now it's time to build. We here in the Iraqi Kurdistan government are firm believers and supporters of the policy of President Trump about peace through strength, commerce and not conflict. We will continue to work with you, and we'll continue to work with the federal government of Iraq to build a country, as we are just approaching the formation of a new government in Baghdad after the elections, that respects the Constitution, that tries to respect every ethnicity and religion that exists here in Kurdistan and in Iraq. We in Kurdistan are very proud that we are a land where everybody comes here and seeks shelter because the rights of everyone is protected. And this is possible because we did it together. The United States has stood with us as we stand with you from now on to build a much better country, much better region, and much better future. Once again, thank you all and congratulations. Many decades ago, the United States has stood with us and with our people when we were in need. In 1991, during the uprising, the United States Armed Forces came to our assistance and created the safe haven and the no-fly zone. And then when ISIS and the terrorists attacked Kurdistan, it was again the United States-led coalition that came to the region. This building is rising like a mountain, a solid, unshakable rock in Erbi, which is a testament to the old, strong bond between the United States and the people of Kurdistan and Iraq. We here in the Iraqi Kurdistan government are firm believers and supporters of the policy of President Trump about peace through strength, commerce and not conflict. The United States has stood with us as we stand with you from now on to build a much better country, much better region, and much better future. Kurdistan are very grateful to you, and we cannot thank you enough for everything that you've done for us. We are very proud.
What was the reason for this outcome?
My party has always been there to serve the people of Kurdistan and the cause of the Kurdish people and the Kurdistanis, by the way, not just the Kurds, but everybody that lives in Kurdistan. And Kurdistan Democratic Party has been an umbrella for all of those who live in Kurdistan. I think at the end, people realized that we didn't only promise, but we delivered. And I think we were rewarded for that. Well, I think the elections were a big success. It was a big success to all of the Iraqis. Mm-hmm. The process and how it was conducted, it was a big success. But there is a big problem with the electoral law. Mm-hmm. The electoral law is not fair. We only have coalition of several parties that have slightly more votes than us. Mm. But if you look at the number of seats that we have won, are not compatible to the votes that we've collected. Disputed territories is still one of the main challenges between the federal government and Kurdistan. Still, the government in Baghdad relies on an outdated law that they inherited from the previous regime, and it's not applicable to a federal system. As a constitutional entity, Kurdistan should have its share of the budget from the federal government and not have a ministry at the federal level to interfere into the details of how the financial sector in Kurdistan is handled. Any side that wants to partner with us or wants us to be a part of the government, our conditions are very clear. We want full implementation of the Constitution without being subjective and choosing some articles and ignoring the others. I think the biggest requirement today for the country is not the Constitution in itself. The Constitution is there, but the mechanism to implement the Constitution is lacking. When Baghdad employs people in other parts of the country, Kurdistan should also be able to take its share in the public sector. Now we have a very vibrant private sector here in Kurdistan. And to be very frank with you, I would like to thank the private sector in Kurdistan. It's not funded by the government budget because we have never received budget for investment. Never. In the last few years, we haven't received budget for investment from the federal government. But with the right banking system, with the right financial institutions in place that we try to build, the banks are able to lend money to the youth, and they can use that money whether they want to purchase a house, a car, they want to establish a business, and then they can pay the bank